All right, so today we are with Jalyn. Jalyn, how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Doing good. All right. All right, Jalyn. So first of all, why don't you introduce yourself for those that might not know who you are, your year, your major, all that kind of stuff, where you're from.
Yeah, my name is Jalyn Hinton. I'm a senior. I'm from Boston, Mass, and I'm a business administration major. And obviously, I'm on the men's basketball team.
All right. All right, Jalen. So we kind of know the story by now. We had a phenomenal year last year, 29-2, 17-game win streak, conference champs, all that stuff. And then everything just kind of ended so suddenly with the virus coming in. So talk to me about what your emotions were like that day when you got the news with everyone else that the season was over, and then just like what was going through your mind and all that stuff.
Yeah, it was definitely a day I won't forget. It was, pretty devastating to kind of hear the news and, be told that, this is your last, time being with your team and, your guys and everything like that. So it was definitely a very emotional day. I won't forget it at all. I think the toughest part about it was probably seeing the faces of Jair, Jack, JB, and Brett. Because those were very big, instrumental pieces to our team last year, and I felt like they deserve every opportunity to have the chance to win a national championship and fulfill what the program wanted to do with the winning streak we had going. So just yeah, I think that was probably the toughest part about it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel for those guys too. All right, so you obviously had a great individual season last year. I know like you're about the team, which is great. But talk to me about team success aside. What was it like for you to get that national attention to be leading the conference in blocks, and actually all of NCAA in blocks, to be defensive player of the year for the conference? Like, what were all those awards like for you? Like what was your feeling winning those things? Those are important.
Yeah, definitely individual accolades are always taken, and I always sort of cherish those things when they're given out to me and appreciate them. I think it was great to be able to like hit some of those marks. Like as far as your targeting like goals that I had going into the season. I know that like sort of being a defensive like anchor and presence is something that I've always been able to like do well,
Hmm.
and simply just using like my athletic ability and my sort of gift to be able to just block shots and be a presence for our team on a defensive end. We had a very strong offensive team, so just being able to like help out on the other side of the ball was cool.
So you now are going into your second year with the team. You're going to be a senior, like you mentioned. Um, Talk to me about. I mean, obviously, you fit in just fine for what the other team did, but talk about like, is there a comfort level now that you've been a full year with the guys in the program? Like, is there more comfort on your end going into this year? Like, do you feel like you can achieve more individually and also like as a team?
Oh yeah, of course. The comfort was always there from day one. I like the team we had last year a lot. They welcomed me, with open arms. The coaches, the players, everybody. But of course, with going into my second year, I'm always gonna like, feel better where I'm at, especially when I have a year under my belt. And I'm a senior now, and I'm a pretty seasoned player. So I think my level of comfort is definitely gonna be much better this year, and just being able to like make plays and be a bigger presence and be a bigger vocal point for the team.
So I I feel this way. I think anyone that's coming back from last year feels this way. That like we felt we had as good a chance as anybody to go to Atlanta and possibly win the whole thing, right?
Oh yeah.
So do you think that for those guys coming back, and then also for the new guys coming in, like there's a hunger level to try to like win the championship, the conference championship again, and then also to actually have the opportunity to go through the NCAA tournament and then go to the Elite Eight? Do you think there's a hunger level?
Oh yeah, of course. It's just sort of like the new guys seeing our mentality and our mannerisms and how we carry ourselves and how we approach each day. I think they'll get a sense of that. Definitely the returners understand and sort of know where we were at last year, and sort of getting back to that is like a very big goal. and obviously like we want to three-peat with the conference championship and move forward with going from there. But yeah, the hunger level, I think we definitely have that with the guys we have.
All right, so we're in the latter half of the year now. We're in October, and it's been about 7 months since we were sent back home from last season. So when you look at how things are now, and then obviously when before the pandemic hit, kind of compare and contrast for me, like how your life has kind of adapted to the pandemic, like what's been different, what's been the same, like that kind of thing. So like, how has life been different for you before the pandemic, and then obviously now during it?
I mean, but before obviously we were sort of on a trajectory of accomplishing a lot of great things. And I think after or during the pandemic, it helped me learn to not to take things for granted, and always appreciate and value every moment you get with the people that are in your day to day life. I think that's like a big thing that everybody has learned from the pandemic. Is just like not taking things for granted. And I think that's going to carry over hopefully into our season. As far as guys treating each practice and each live session and each game, obviously, like it's their last. And I think that'll be a very helpful part in our level of hunger and our sort of success moving forward.
So obviously, with the success that you had last year and the team had, what has been your preparation like going into this season? I mean, obviously, like the goal is to win again the conference championship and to be in the tournament, but has it been the thing's so uncertain right now? Like we don't know when the season will actually take place or what kind of season we're going to have. Talk about the preparation that you've been going through, like over the summer and then into the school year now. Like what's been your preparation, what's been your mindset going to these and then into this session here?
Oh yeah, of course. My preparation has been very detailed. It's been very sort of a lot of effort given on my part to stay in as good a shape as possible. Work out with my program overall train, and we've been working out along with a few of my teammates over the summer. I think when the season and the whole pandemic happened and everything was canceled, I think I might have took like 2 weeks off, and then it was
Mhm.
back to sort of like being conditioned and starting to prepare for next season. So just a lot of conditioning, a lot of running, a lot of different exercises and little things to just keep me in shape, because I know that that's a very, very big part of my game is just sort of being conditioned, because I feel like I'm a high volume player. So doing a lot of things that I feel would help out with that has definitely paid its dues so far.
Do you think that there's one area in particular that you're looking to like improve on from last year? I mean, obviously, you have the defense down pat, you're a good rebounder, you're athletic, obviously, but like, do you think like are you focusing more on being a better shooter from the perimeter? Are you trying to like be more consistent shooting? Like, or is there a focus that you're trying to improve on?
Yeah, of course, adding that to my game offensively. That'll be a very big part of sort of like my own growth, shooting. And just being able to like handle the ball a lot more, which I did a bit last season, but
Mhm, mhm.
just being more comfortable with it and sort of having that thought in mind that coach will let us play and he will let us do things that even if sort of it's not exactly something you're like perfect at, but if it's able to like work out on the court, then just use
Right.
it to your advantage the best way you can how.
So you transferred from Jacksonville the prior year, and you settled in pretty well, like we mentioned before. Um, was there any, so when you look back on the season as a whole, did you learn any like lessons from Coach Donnelly, Coach Mack, Coach Langston, like in particular that like you didn't really know coming into this season or like before you got to FSC?
Yeah, just being able to play freely. That's something that along. I didn't feel restricted at all, so that was something I learned to like use it at my advantage. And especially with the guys that I was around last year, the seniors that left, they paved the way and helped me out a lot when it comes to having that freestyle of play.
All right. So I'm not sure if you're aware or not, but the conference did make an announcement that they're postponing all athletic events for the winter, right? You saw that? Okay. So January earliest, we'll assume that the season will happen. So talk to me about, obviously things are suspended right now, but like going forward, like what's going to be your preparation, like going into workouts again, and like what's going to be the attitude you're going to have to like get yourself ready for that first practice whenever you guys have it. Like what's going to be the mindset preparation like for you going forward?
Just like I said before, just treating everything like it's your last opportunity to get to do that. We sort of had everything taken away so abruptly last year, and sort of just made you wonder, like, could I have pushed myself harder? Could I have tried a little bit harder with this? So just not taking that for granted, and continuing to like sort of have that mental preparation and sort of toughness when it comes to sort of approaching every day as best you can.
All right, last one, Jay. So we don't necessarily know when this pandemic will end, and then we don't know necessarily when we will have like normal, right? So with so much uncertainty, can you tell me what's your attitude like towards like looking towards the future? Like, do you believe that we will have some form of normalcy at some point? Do you think we're going in the right direction now with everything? Like, how are you looking at the future, and like, what do you think life will be like in the future?
Oh yeah, yeah. And I do. I'm a strong believer in that. Everything is mental, and it does come down to having a optimistic and positive attitude that things will be as normal as they can be moving forward. Hopefully, by the time we hit January and our season is starting, it'll be as sort of normal as it can be. And like I think that as long as guys like keep their heads on straight, and we have the mentality that we're gonna play and we're gonna have a season and we're gonna be successful, then I think that'll be paying a long way.